Hello, good evening, everyone. How was your day? I believe your day was fine. Hello, good evening, everyone. How was your day? And welcome to the second day of our training in alternative dispute resolution. This is the second day of the training, and is this the one month free professional diploma training in alternative dispute resolution. And yesterday we were trying to introduce what alternative dispute resolution is all about. And today we are still going to look at some aspect of the module 1. And today we are going to look at the principles and theories of ADR. The principles and theories of ADR. Welcome to today's training. My name is Ambassador Tahule Joshua. I am the registrar of the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management, and we have been providing a free professional diploma training for our followers on Facebook and on YouTube, and any other person who is interested in peace issues, peace activities, peace building, conflict resolution. Those who want to see our world to be peaceful, those who want to see our society at peace and in development. So any other interested person, whether you are following us or not, you can still benefit from this training. And of course, you can also do way to follow us on our social media handles so that you can enjoy more of the training. So we'd like to welcome all of you for today's training, and we hope that you are going to have a great time just like we had yesterday. And if you join us, kindly introduce yourself. I can see people on YouTube are already responding. Facebook are also responding. So if you join us, just introduce yourself, the location where you're joining us from, your name, your location where you're joining us from Accra, Ghana, let us know. From Lagos, Nigeria, let us know. From Abuja, Nigeria, from Kano, Nigeria, from Port Harcourt, Nigeria, let us know. From Cote d'Ivoire, let us know. Addis Ababa, let us know. Where you're joining us from, UK, US, join us, let us know where you're joining us from. We appreciate that. And it's going to be a wonderful time this evening as well. So I would like to appreciate all of you. Mark Daniels, Abolaji, thank you for joining us from Lagos. And Japhet is always connecting from Cote d'Ivoire. And Japhet, Japhet, you can send us your application. We want to have a center, we want to have a branch in Cote d'Ivoire. We are still moving, although it's not officially on the flyer, but you can send us your CV so that we can attend to it. And if there's any other person in Cote d'Ivoire here, you can also do it to send us your application so that we'll consider you to coordinate our program in Cote d'Ivoire. All right. Thank you very much. I have Chibuzo Ebenezer Dixon, Lagos, Nigeria. We have Sir Jacob Johanna. Have Favor from Lagos, Nigeria. And also we have Jacob from Jos, Nigeria. Okay. Khadija Madaki, Kaduna, you're welcome, man. And thank you very much for taking time to join us today. Augustine, thank you. And Mr. Augustine, thank you for joining us from Zaria, Kaduna. Thank you very much. And then we have Thompson, also joining us from Plateau. We have Prince Tamba joining us from the Republic of Cameroon, Yaoundé. Thank you very much. We appreciate all of you for okay, Tamba is already, I think Tamba is already a member. It's an ambassador. Yeah. The first batch of people that were inducted in Cameroon Ambassador Tamba, you're welcome. It's a pleasure to have you in our midst this evening to be part of this journey. Ezekiel from Abuja. Thank you, Abuja. You are at the headquarters with us, right? And then we have Dr. Dolahi. Thank you, Ojo. Thank you for joining us. Josephine, thank you from Port Harcourt. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate all of you for taking time to be part of this journey. Ambassador Ayo from Delta State. You are all welcome. And today, like I said, we are going to continue with our training, and it's going to be alternative dispute resolution. Yesterday, we were trying to introduce the course, and we said that it's always good to look for alternative ways of resolving your problems. It's not just the best option for you to go to court. If you can just find an alternative means of resolving your problem, it can save you resources, it can save you time, it can save you all the unnecessary stresses. Do you understand? So that's why alternative dispute resolution is very, very important. Very important aspect of conflict resolution, and we must consider it. We have different channels or methodologies of resolving conflict alternatively. I'll talk about mediation, negotiation, talk about reconciliation, conciliation, talk about dialogue, all right, talk about arbitration. All of these are channels that we can resolve our conflict without necessarily going to court. Do you understand? So it will be practically good if we can learn how to resolve our conflicts outside of the court. Do you understand? It's going to be very, very practically important for us to do something like that. All right. So I'd like to welcome all of you for today's training, and I wish that you are going to enjoy the training just like we did yesterday. All right. So today, like I say, we're going to look at the principles and theories of ADR. That's Unit 2 of Module 1. And if you are joining us, like I said, you can comment, you can share so that other people can see this training and also join us. You can also go a long way to paraphrase by commenting what we are saying, just to know that you are following. Do you understand? You can also like our live videos and also make sure that other people get to see them. Share it with your friends, share it with your loved ones. Let them be a part of this training. All right? It's a basic skill that everyone who desire to navigate through conflict or challenges should have. All right? So today we are going to look at the principles and theories of ADR. I hope you have gotten the topic. The principles and theories of ADR. All right? Yusuf, you are welcome. Ajefu Sunday, you are welcome. All right? So, Mr. Kingsley, you are welcome. So, principles and theories of ADR. Have you gotten the topic? Theories, principles and theories of ADR. All right? So, this is the topic we are going to consider for today, and it's our Unit 2. All right? So, understanding the principles of ADR. Understanding the principles of ADR, all right? Understanding the principles of ADR. Understanding the principles of ADR is what we are considering here today. So we say that when we understand the principles of ADR, it's going to help us to navigate and facilitate disputes. All right? It can help us to navigate and facilitate dispute resolution, so that we can be able to resolve conflicts out of the traditional court systems. It's very important, because taking your matter to the court means that you want to spend more money. It means that you want to spend several hours to court, going to court for court sittings. It means that you don't have something to do reasonably. Do you understand? If you first and foremost take your matter to the court, that you can ordinarily explore other means of resolving the conflict, then it means that you have so much money to spend. It means that you have time to waste. It means that you don't value the relationship you are involved in the first place. You understand? So these are the things. So, but if we value the relationship, whether it's a business relationship, whether it's a marital relationship, whether it's a family relationship, or whether it's just a work relationship, all right, and you value it, then you must look at other ways of resolving your conflict rather than taking the matter to court. All right. So, understanding the principles of ADR will help us to navigate and facilitate dispute resolution outside of the traditional court systems. All right. So, let's look at some of the principles of ADR. Number one principle of ADR is that it is voluntary. All right? It's voluntariness. It is not a do or die affair. It is voluntary. All right? You can choose to engage in ADR voluntarily without coercion. Nobody's going to coerce you to come for ADR. No, it's your choice. If you feel that the matter is not necessary to be taken to court, then there's no need to take it to court. Do you understand? So it will save you the stress. It will save you the stress, of course. And then, it is not by force, it's not by compulsion. You just come by yourself willingly that, yes, I want us to settle our problem and I want it out of the court. I want us to settle our differences. Do you understand? It's voluntary. You come willingly to, solve your problem. All right. So it is very, very important to, encourage a collaborative atmosphere, right, where parties are most likely to be committed to the outcome. So whatever it is, you encourage yourselves to make sure that the outcome benefits all the parties involved. Do you understand? So that the outcome benefits all the parties involved. That's what it is. So one principle of ADR is that it's voluntary. It's not by force. The parties involved come together willingly to resolve their problem. So it's not by force. That's one principle. So we must know this. So if you wish to resolve a matter with someone out of the court and the person is willing to cooperate with you, that's fine. If the person is not willing, that's where you may begin to also deploy other means to tackle the issue. Do you understand? But it is voluntary. It's not by force. Number two, principles of ADR is that it is confidential. One principle of ADR that we cannot do away with is confidentiality. If you are involved in ADR facilitation, then whatever it is, you are to keep the information with you, except where life is threatened. That you can, in that kind of situation, because for instance now, you want to mediate or you want to facilitate a dispute between couples, and in the course of doing that, you discover that a couple is threatening that it's going to kill somebody. That is, the person say categorically that before I will have race, I must kill my partner. In that kind of situation, you are not to keep quiet. You are not to keep this information confidential. you have to involve the authority, all right, in such kind of situation. So, but because all right, yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, our coordinator in Zambia. Thank you for responding to Rafael. Rafael, just reach out to her. She's our able national coordinator in Zambia. We are proud of her for what she's doing. I'm talking about Barrister Chirefaya Siwale. She's doing a great job in Zambia. They have finished their police clearance, ready to register the institute. Money mobilized, is ready for registration. Do you understand? So she's doing an incredible job in Zambia, and it's worth recommending. The people in Rwanda are also putting resources together to do the same thing. The forms that require for us to fill in Nigeria here, they have sent it, we have printed, we have signed, we are sending it back to Rwanda for registration in Rwanda. Do you understand? So people are taking steps to make sure that this institute reach places. So if it's in your place, in your area to do something, please do something quickly, and it will go a long way to help to achieve global peace. We are pursuing a global peace agenda, and we must achieve it. Do you understand? So that's why it is. So thank you very much. So number 2 principle of ADR is confidentiality. Number 1 principle we say is voluntary. Number 2 principle is confidentiality. Do you understand? So, but I say that confidentiality comes with exception. In a situation whereby you are involved in a situation or in resolving or facilitating a dispute, and a particular party to the dispute is saying that it's going to do something unthinkable, it's going to kill somebody. In that kind of situation, you have to, the principle of confidentiality may not be applied. You have to, review that, report such party to the authority, so that the security authority can take over in that situation. Do you understand? So that nobody will be harmed. Do you understand? All right. So that's why it is. So that is number 2 process, or number 2 principles of ADR. But what I want to say here is that confidentiality promotes open communication, all right, and allows parties to, express themselves freely without being afraid. Do you understand? Yes, they can express themselves freely without being afraid. That's confidentiality for you. Do you understand? It can allow parties to express themselves freely without being afraid. Do you understand? So, when you're confident, when you believe that someone is not going to take your information elsewhere, you can express yourself without being afraid. Do you understand? So that is it. Number 3 principle is informality. Why litigation use formal procedures and rules to resolve conflict or even to file issues, ADR is informal. Do you understand? You can just wake up today and then want to resolve your problem without following any formal procedure. Do you understand? That's ADR for you. ADR does not necessarily require that you should go and file a formal proceeding. All you can do is wake up, we have resolved, we have come to agreement that we are going to resolve our problem today, so we are going to resolve it today. It's not a matter of next month sitting, or it's not a matter of formalities and all those things will not follow. Some people lose cases in my country on technicalities. Do you understand? No matter how genuine your case is, But if the technicality, that is the procedures, are not follow the way they're supposed to follow to file the case, you are going to lose the case. I get the point now. It will be argue on technicality until you lose the matter. It doesn't matter the merit of the case. Do you understand? But in ADR, we're going to look at the merit of the case. So we're not looking on the formalities. That's why it's completely informal. Do you understand? That's why it is. That's why it is. So confidentiality, informality, and voluntary, these are three principles of ADR we have discussed so far. All right. This informality can reduce anxiety, all right, and create a more comfortable environment for the parties to discuss. You know, when you go to court, you are so tense. You understand? You are so tense because you don't know how it will come out. You don't know the outcome of it. You cannot even envisage the outcome of your case. But in ADR, you can even foretell what will be the outcome because you are going to have total control of the process. You understand? So it reduces tension because you are in charge. Nobody is detecting, nobody is telling you to keep quiet. You can even shout in the process, but we don't want, when it comes to mediation or in situation of dispute resolution, we don't want people shouting. You don't raise your voice. It's one of the grand rules. And you don't interrupt anybody. When somebody is speaking, you have to be patient. No matter how it hits you, keep quiet until he's exhausted. You can say your own. Do you understand? That's why it is. So that is number 3, informality. Number 4 is flexibility. Flexibility because it's flexible because you can decide when you want to have it. If you wake up today and say, let's do it today, let's do it today. Do you understand? And if today is not convenient for me, I can bargain. I can say, no, today I have something doing, let's do it tomorrow. How is tomorrow with you? Is it okay with you for us to resolve the matter tomorrow? If it's not tomorrow, you people will discuss until you find a common ground. All right? Reach out a mutual agreement. And then reach up. So it's flexible. Flexible. It's not that the court fixed today, then you must go to court today. No. You can bargain. You can say, no, today is not favorable for me. Let's do it tomorrow. Yeah, so that is what it is. So flexibility is one of the things, one of the principles of ADR. We have discussed 4 of them so far. We said that one principle of ADR is that it is what? Voluntary. Number 2, we say is confidential. Number 3, we say it is informal. All right. Number 4, we say it is flexible. All right. You should better know it in the exams. We can ask you questions like, the following are the principles of ADR except one. We begin to list them. If you don't know, so you'll fail. So flexibility. Flexibility allows what? Creative solutions. Creative solutions. So that is, there will be no rigidity. You just go ahead and resolve your problem flexibly the way you want it. Do you understand? So that's why it is. Yes, thank you very much, Sadu Atanta. Yes, you have mentioned them well. Voluntary, confidential, informal, and flexibility. Thank you very much. Those are the principles we have discussed so far. All right, number 5th principle is focus on interest. ADR focus on interest, not on the issue of technicality, not on the issue of the procedure. No, what is the interest? What is the concern? That's what ADR focuses on, not the technicality. No, in case of litigation, they focus so much on technicality, how the case is being filed. You understand? Does it file within the time limit that it was given to file? Or appeal is 1 week or 2 weeks or 21 days, you must set your appeal. No, in ADR, we don't know that. All right? In ADR, we can, it's the interest that matters. So it's not technicality. So ADR focuses on interest, all right? What are the underlying interests and needs of the parties involved? It's not the legal position. It's not what the law says. The law says this. No. Here is not what the law says. Here is what the interest, what are the underlying interests, what are the underlying needs of the parties involved. So ADR focuses on that. Let me tell you something. Okay, for instance now, if you go to court, in the court of law, maybe there is the issue of battery and assault, or that is domestic violence. Let's put it that way. So the judge will be looking at what the position of the law says, or what the law says concerning domestic violence. And it's going to convict you based on the position of the law. And you are going to be fined, or punishment will be served, or penalty will be given based on what the position of the law. But in ADR, it's not like that. ADR focuses on interest. All right. Now, for instance, now couples may fight, but they still want to preserve their relationship. They still want to preserve their marriage. Do you understand? In fact, they want to even keep secret. They don't want people to know about their fighting. So that's why they are calling for ADR, because there's confidentiality here. They want to keep their relationship. They want to keep their dirtiness. They don't want people to know about their secret. Do you understand? That's why it is. But once you go to court, everything is in the open. So the underlying interest and the needs of the party is the most important aspect of ADR. Do you understand? So focusing on the interest rather than on the position of what the law says or whatever is the most important thing. So seeking for mutual beneficiary solutions is what the parties are going to enjoy here. Are we together? So let's look at the sixth. Let's look at the sixth principle: speed and efficiency. Speed and efficiency. Speed and efficiency. Speed and efficiency. So ADR is fast and it is efficient, highly effective, highly efficient, because you are not going to, all those court bureaucracies, you are not going to follow them. It takes 21 days to file a case that you can finish this in ADR, you can resolve today. It's taking you 21 days to go and file a case. No. Or file an appeal. No. You understand? Speed. You work, I tell you, if you work out today, you want to resolve your problem, you can resolve it too. It's just the party, once the parties agree and accept that you want to resolve a problem, then you don't take it. It's not a matter of days. The problem is solved. Very cheap, very fast, very efficient. So it depends on you. So if you are in this class and you are listening to this and you have a problem with your neighbor, you have a problem with your family member, with your spouse, calm down. Find an alternative way of resolving the problem rather than going to court. If, 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 even if in some situation, even if your life is being threatened, you can still. Do you understand? It's better to resolve your problem out of the court, except you have tried this means and it didn't work, then you can go to court, no problem. But don't jump up and then go to court. You just jump, you wake up and say, I'm taking this matter to court. I'm tired of this. You want to destroy your relationship with the person completely. Because court, the winner wins all, the loser loses everything. So when that judgment is passed, a division is created, enmity created. Do you understand? So you don't want to see anybody again. Most especially in business. Oh, you have business partner, you have disagree, and then you take your business partner to court. By the time you resolve that conflict, business relationship ends. The only people that I know that they can still come together and do things together is only the politicians. Do you understand? But even when they come together, maybe in the same political party now, having the same interest, but one person will be looking the other one with corny eye because they know that this person is debt with me, so I must be careful with him. Do you understand? That's why it is. Another principle, that's the number 7 principle, is what? Neutrality. 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 In ADR, neutrality is one of the important principles. In ADR, you don't take side. As soon as you take side in ADR, you have destroyed the process completely. In fact, the issue of trust, ADR is based on trust. And so once you take side, trust has been destroyed. And so you cannot be able to achieve anything in that process. You understand? So in ADR, trust is one of the most important factors. So, in ADR, trust is one of the most important factors, and is the one that is the bedrock. In fact, trust is the bedrock of confidentiality. Do you understand? It's the foundation of confidentiality, because if someone does not trust you, they cannot have confidence in you. They cannot be confident to express themselves really, except they trust you to some extent. Do you understand? So now, neutrality, you being neutral, can help you to facilitate a problem and resolve it. Do you understand? But by the time you begin to take position as a third party in maybe in the mediation process, then of course you cannot be able to resolve the problem, because another party whom you are not siding, or the party you are not siding, will not trust you. Do you understand? But in the court of law, when it's litigation, what happens? Everybody take position. You bring your lawyer, I bring my own. The lawyer is trying to defend me, right? And he's attacking you, defending me. You attacking me, defending yourself, or your lawyer defending you. So that's how it is. So they take position. So at the end of the day, whatever judgment it is, the lawyer also, or the judge, is also going to take side based on the argument that he has received. If you have a stronger argument, the judge will side with you. And so the other person is, is what we call you on your own. You understand? So they will give you judgment. So that's why it is. So neutrality is very, very important in ADR. If you happen to be considered as a mediator or as an arbiter, you must maintain some level of neutrality. Don't take side. Just be fair and open. transparent in the process. Do you understand? Don't even make a statement to make another party begins to see you with suspicious eyes. Do you understand? So that's it. And finally, for the sake of this training, finally, so let me not say, so that it will not sound as if these are all the principles, but for the sake of this training, finally, empowerment. Another principle of ADR is what? Empowerment. You know, ADR empowers the parties involved to take charge of the process. They take control, total control of the process. Do you understand? They are in charge. In fact, they can predict the outcome of the process because they know they are the ones giving the inputs. You know, they are the ones that is the matter affects. They're the ones discussing their own problem, so they can tell where it will end. Do you understand? So, empowerment is very, very important. All right, because it helps the parties involved to take total control of the process. But in the court of law, the judge has has control. He determines who speaks and who speaks. You say, if you say something, you say overrule. Once it's overrule, it's overrule. You don't have control over anything. But in ADR, nothing is overrule. You talk, I talk. You talk, I talk. Do you understand? So nothing is overruled. You talk, I talk. That's what it is. So these are the principles of ADR. Does that make sense to you? These are the principles of ADR. Does that make sense to you? Yes, somebody's talking about manual. We'll give you the manual. Just enjoy the class first. Then we'll give you the manual. All right? We'll give you the manual after the first week of the training. So just relax. We'll share the manual with you after the first week of the training. All right? Graceway Integrated is saying that the United Nations encourages alternative dispute resolution on the following approach: mediation, conciliation, negotiation, arbitration, reconciliation, and litigation. Yes, litigation is there because litigation, of course, which is not necessary, a part of alternative dispute resolution. Litigation is not necessarily a method in ADR, but it's an option to be considered in case all the principles, all the approaches of ADR fail. Then you can consider litigation. That's why we always put it at the last, at the end. We list every other thing, and then all the components before we put litigation. Do you understand? So that in case all other factors fail, then you can consider litigation, but it is not part of the process of ADR. It's not in ADR. Litigation is is court matter. All right, let's look at some theories behind ADR processes. Let's look at some of the theories behind ADR processes. All right, we're going to another topic. Theories behind what? ADR processes. Are we ready? Have we gotten to the topic? Yes, that's it. Stella, Docas. That's exactly what it is. Litigation is not ADR, but an option when ADR fails. That's it. All right. The next topic we are going to consider is theories behind ADR processes. What are the theories? What are the theories? Are there theories that support ADR practices? Are there those arguments and bring the basis for ADR practices? What are those theories? Let's look at those theories. What are those theories? I want us to look at them. What are those theories? Number one theory we are considering here is negotiation theory. Are you aware of negotiation theory? Negotiation theory. What does this theory mean? What does this theory entail? This theory means that, or this theory is interested in studying the tactics and the strategies the parties involved in negotiation, adopted. Do you understand? That is, the tactics and approaches or the techniques or the strategies you use in negotiation process. This is what this theory wants to study. Why do you use these tactics? Why do you use this approach? Why do you use this technique? This is what this theory is studying. It wants to know. So we call it negotiation theory. So let's look at some key concepts in negotiation theory. We have integrative bargaining. Integrative what? Integrative bargaining. Integrative bargaining. What does integrative bargaining mean? What does that mean? Integrative bargaining. Integrative bargaining promotes a win-win situation. Do you understand? It promotes a win-win solution that satisfies the interests of both parties. Integrative bargaining promotes a win-win situation or solution that satisfies what? The interests of both parties. That is, integrative bargaining is interested that you also should win. I also should win as we bargain the process or bargain what is involved. Do you understand? Okay, for instance now, maybe let's say we are considering, maybe let's say our simulation presentations, and then I decided that okay, we'll be doing our simulation after our training, after our lecture every day. Do you understand? And then you say, that will not be convenient for us. That will not be convenient for us. Why can't we put a day aside for presentation? Do you understand? And things like that. And then maybe, or maybe I say, let's do our presentation during the working hours. You say, no, working hours is not good for us. Do you understand? So we are beginning to make sure that everybody wins. It will not be within the working hours, and it will not also be within the time that I'm feeling inconvenience. No. So all of us must win thing. Do you understand? It must also satisfy all our interests. Even though it may not be 100% interest satisfying, but at least you get some major benefits. Do you understand? From it. That's what it is. Rambo Sise from the Gambia. Why do people put the before Gambia? The Gambia. All right. Distributive bargaining. Another key concept in negotiation theory is distributive bargaining. All right. This distributive bargaining it involves competition, competitive strategies, right? Where you make sure that you maximize the gain your wins. You want to carry them. You want to win what we call the lion's share. Do you understand? The lion's share. That's you want to win. You want to gain more from distributive bargaining. You want to gain more from that negotiation engagement. We call that is not integrative bargaining. No. Integrative bargaining says there should be a win-win solution. All right. In distributive bargaining, you are deploying competitive strategies to enable you win more. That is, as you win more, you win less. Do you understand? You may win, but the winning here means that me, I win more, you win less, or I win all, you win nothing. That is distributive bargaining. If by any chance you win something, you win, but the strategies I'm putting in place, it will help me to win more than you can win. And if at all you do not win anything, it's good for me. As they pay you, it is sweet me. Do you understand? That is as simple as that. As they pay you, it is sweet me. So that's it. That is distributive bargaining. If you didn't get, you didn't get. If you didn't get, you didn't get. It's not a problem. Oh my goodness. It's all right. Let's move forward. I wanted to sing Wiki song for you, but I don't want to sing. I'm not in the mood for singing now. So let's just move forward. All right. For some of you that doesn't know, Wiki is the Federal Capital Territory Minister. All right, Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. As they sweet you, it paying me, or as they sweet me, it paying you. Do you understand? But that is distributive bargaining. As it's paying you, I'm celebrating because I'm winning more. So whatever strategy I can put in place to help me win more, to get more from the negotiation, that is distributive bargaining. Integrative bargaining is consciously make sure that you win something, I win something, and if possible, we win equal. Do you understand? That's what integrative bargaining is all about. But distributive bargaining is the opposite. It's competition. Mediation theory. Do we understand negotiation theory? I did not talk much about it. We just talk about what it's all about. Because we said negotiation theory is interested in studying the strategies, the tactics, the techniques parties involved in negotiation deploy in carrying out their negotiation process. Now, we look at those tactics, we look at those techniques, or we look at those strategies. We discuss only two of them. One, we call it a key concept, but we can still call it strategies or the techniques being used in negotiation theory. One, we say is integrative bargaining. It's a strategy where you make sure that it's a win-win situation. But in distributive, another one we say is the distributive bargaining. We say this one, I'll get more, you get less. I'll do everything possible to make sure I get more, I win more, and you win less. That's distributive bargaining. I hope I have simplified it, and I believe you understood. All right. Yes, somebody, Sabolaji is singing wicked song. As it is sweet us, it depend them, and as it depend them, it is sweet us. So now the thing be that distributive bargaining. As simple as that. As simple as that song say, it has defined distributive bargaining. Do you understand? All right, that's it. Can we make progress? Let's make progress. We are going to look at mediation theory. Mediation theory. So, what is mediation theory? What is mediation theory, and what is it interested in? Do you understand? Mediation, as we know, involves a neutral third party who helps facilitate discussion and negotiation between disputants. That is mediation for you. Yes, that's mediation. Mediation for you. And so, what are the key concepts that we're going to consider in mediation theory? One is facilitative mediation. It's also interested in studying the methodologies used in resolving problems. Do you understand? In mediation, one of those is facilitation. Facilitation. When we talk about facilitation, facilitation means a kind of a guide. A kind of a guide. It's like you are regulating the process, how it goes, how it flows. You facilitate. Do you understand? And that is, you are not imposing your opinion on the parties, but you are guiding them in the process as they discuss their matter. That's what we call facilitation. You are not deciding for them, but rather you are guiding them, and also you are calling their attention to what they have said, or you try to re-emphasize some of the points they have made. Do you understand? So, and at the end of the day, they arrive at the conclusion and then solve their own problem. That's what facilitation means. Facilitating what? Mediation, right? It helps parties to communicate and explore solutions without directing the outcome. You don't direct them. You cannot determine how it will come out. Facilitate the process until they arrive at the outcome. Do you understand? So you can do way to share this training, let others to see it, comment, paraphrase what you are listening, what you understand, right? Way to share it. So, and then also I want you to be thinking of what you want to do for the International Day of Peace, because I'm going to talk about it every day. If you have nothing to do for yourself, you can partner with us, as we have. I saw Lagos State Chapter of IGPCM. Lagos State Chapter, as I saw, I'm in your group. I'm in your WhatsApp group. I saw what you are doing there. So by the time we bring something for the national, you people must do it the way you are doing it in your own chapter. You see how they are contributing so hugely for their peace work in Lagos, in preparation for peace work and press conference. Lagos State Chapter, Aheluna. Some of the members of the state chapter are here, and I want to appreciate those of you who are massively contributing to make sure that you do something in your state for the International Day of Peace. We appreciate you. You understand? And I appreciate the officials for that massive work. And then other chapters, if you are in data, Mr. Dominic Ayo and Mr. Ayo, you are in data, tell the data state chapter chairman, you people must organize something for International Day of Peace in your chapter. Port Harcourt, those of you that are here, let them do something. Abuja also, they are doing their own thing. Do you understand? The chapter in Abuja, I'm not talking about the headquarters. Headquarters project is different from the Abuja FCC chapter. Do you understand? All of them are going to do something. All of us are going to do something for International Day of Peace. Headquarters will do its own thing. Do you understand? Even our country offices, you people should do something. At least this one, it does not require so much to do something. You people can just come together, bring out an initiative. Even if it's a community outreach, awareness, just go and talk. Even if it's a school visit, it's going to go a long way to transform our society. So International Day of Peace, all the participants in this training, you must do something. If you don't have an idea of what to do, just partner with us. You can donate 5 exercise book. You can sponsor the production of, just because we are producing them, because we have a design. I'm going to share it with you in our WhatsApp group. We are going to produce and distribute those books. It's not for sale. It's as written on the exercise book. It's not for sale. Do you understand? So we're going to produce. So you can sponsor 5, 10 books, 100 books, 1,000 books. It will go a long way to help. So facilitative mediation. Another principle is what? Another key concept of mediation theory is evaluative mediation. Evaluative mediation. The mediator provides opinions on the merits of the case, guiding parties towards a resolution based on legal standard. Evaluative. Let me throw more light on this one. When we say evaluative mediation, there are some situations when you are trying to mediate and you get to a point where you discover that the parties are being adamant, or they are being recalcitrant, or they are maintaining a certain position that is not helping matters. They are maintaining a position that people are not going forward, people are not going backward. You are just stuck in the mediation. And maybe what that mediation means is that maybe you are looking at a situation whereby if one party can compromise, if one party can understand and adjust position a bit, you can be able to make progress and then settle the problem. And then as a mediator in this situation, I'm talking about evaluative mediation. As a mediator in this situation, what you are expected to do is to now bring a kind of an opinion about a legal position of the matter in question. Now, this is it. Maybe a matter is stuck in terms of mediation process. You are stuck, you're not making progress, and then it's as if the matter will not be resolved because the parties involved are not willing to adjust their position. Do you understand? So what that means is that as a mediator, it's your responsibility in this case to let the parties know the position of the law regarding this matter. In case they fail to resolve their problem here, and this issue, escalates to a point whereby it's taken to the court, all right, it's becoming a situation whereby a litigation will be filed, then that means is that what that means is that these are the consequences they are going to face. Do you understand? So as a mediator, you are going to bring this to their knowledge, let them know what is involved. If they fail to resolve their own problem, this is what they are going to face. Should this matter ends in court, this is what they are going to face. So it's left for them to look at the consequences involved and then begin to adjust position so that they can go ahead with the mediation process and resolve the problem. I don't really understand evaluative mediation. Now, because we say that as a mediator, you are not to impose your decision. You are not to even say your opinion in any matter concerning the matter, but you can bring to their notice to see what is involved ahead of them. Should they fail to resolve their own problem here, they should know that this is what they are going to face. Should the matter be taken to court, this is what they are going to face. So the party may come to understand. Sometimes they may be so adamant and recalcitrant out of ignorance. Do you understand? They are not aware of what the law says. So, but maybe you, the mediator, you are versed in the law. You know what the law says on the matter, and it's good that before you mediate on any matter, you yourself must do a research. Know what the law says concerning that matter, so that when it gets to that point and you want to advise or you want to let the parties know what is involved, should they fail to resolve their problem, you should be able to state what the law says. Do you understand? So it's very important as a mediator to also know what the law says, the position of the law, because you may be talking to ignorant people who are not aware of what the law says. Do you understand? So it is very, very important that we do something like that. I don't know whether I'm making sense. Do you understand? All right. They say it's clear. That makes sense. So let's move forward. Another theory that we're going to look, we have discussed two theories so far, negotiation theory, and we discussed two key concepts in negotiation theory. We talk about integrative what negotiation. We talk about distributive bargaining. All right, these are the things that we consider under negotiation theory. Under mediation theory, we talk about what? We talk about facilitative mediation, and we'll talk about evaluative mediation. These are the principles that we'll consider under mediation theory. So let's look at arbitration theory. Arbitration theory is a process, or arbitration itself is a process where a neutral arbitrator, or you want to call it arbiter, makes a binding decision on the dispute. Whatever decision he makes, remains binding on the parties involved. So far as you have taken a matter before the arbiter, whatever decision they have made, it is binding on you, the parties involved. Do you understand? So what are the key concepts here? Finality and binding nature. That is, once the arbiter make the decision and award and give an award, it is remain binding on the parties involved. Whatever the outcome of the arbiter, or whatever is the decision of the arbiter, it remain binding on the parties involved. Do you understand? So finality and binding nature of arbitration is what we're talking about here. So selection of arbitrators, the choice of arbiters or arbitrators can significantly influence the outcome, emphasizing the importance of neutrality and expertise. So when you want to choose someone to be, or you want to consider someone for arbitration, or you want to consider someone to be an arbiter, then it must be someone who is versed in the law, who also is going to play a neutral party. It's not someone that will come and be taking side. Do you understand? It's not someone that will come and be taking position. So it's going to affect the process and the outcome. All right. So finality and binding, and then selection of arbitrators are the concern of the arbitration theory. Do you understand? These are the concerns of what? Arbitration theory. Then we have the transformative mediation theory. Transformative what? Mediation theory. This approach aims to transform the relationship between the parties rather than just resolving the dispute. So that's what it says. So the arbiter, you understand? The mediator aims at transforming the relationship. That's what we call it transformative mediation, right? It's not just settling the dispute, but you want to make these people to continue in love. That's why sometimes you resolve people and you say, hug yourself, hug yourself, hug yourself, hug yourself. What does that simplify? It simplifies love. It simplifies unity. Do you understand? So that's why when you resolve a problem, you finish, you say, shake hand, shake hand. Do you understand? So it's total reconciliation. So whenever you resolve a dispute and ask the parties involved to shake hand, understand that this is what you are trying to do. You are transforming the relationship. You are not just focusing on resolving the problem, but you also want to make them to continue in their relationship. That's why you ask them to shake hand. That's why you ask them to embrace themselves. It shows love, shows unity, shows acceptance. I get a point now. So, what are the key concepts here? Empowerment. You empower the parties in the situation, to make sound decisions. Then recognition, all right? Recognition. You have to, promote mutual understanding and respect. Between the parties. So, empowerment, recognition are the elements of transformative mediation. The next theory is interest-based negotiation theory. Interest-based negotiation theory. Interest-based negotiation theory. All right. This theory, it emphasizes the interest behind the positions. In every position of a party in negotiation, there is an interest. There are underlying interests in each position. If the party is saying, this is what I want, the question is, why do you want this? There's an interest behind it. You understand? If someone says, this is what I want, why do you want this? Then there's an interest. This is what I want. The question is, why do you want it? It means that there's an interest behind the want, the position. Do you understand? So, interest-based negotiation wants to understand the interest behind the position. That's what the theory is so concerned about. Do you understand? So, let's look at some of the key concepts. We have problem-solving approach. All right, focuses on collaborative solutions that meet the needs of all parties involved. Collaborative what? Solution that meets the needs of all the parties involved. So, problem-solving approach is very, very important because it's what, in some places we call it joint problem-solving approach. Joint problem-solving approach, because it is a collaborative process. All the parties put hands together or put heads together to make sure that they solve their own problem. Do you understand? Then creating options. Yes, you have to bring in different options to make sure that all the parties get, a suitable option. If option A did not work, you bring option B. If that one did not work, you bring option C. And until all the parties agree on a particular option, and then you go with it. That's why in negotiation, you don't go with just one option. There's what we call partner, best alternative. Do you understand? Partner, best alternative. So always have an alternative. Should this particular alternative did not work, you use the next one. Do you understand? So it's very, very important. Then conflict resolution theory. Conflict resolution what? Conflict resolution theory. Conflict resolution theory. Conflict resolution theory. Conflict resolution theory. This broad theory encompasses various methods and approaches to resolving conflicts. Yes, one, you have to understand the root cause of the conflict, and then you also have to propose the long-term solutions. Do you understand? That's what that means. So understanding root causes, that is, effective resolutions. All right, and then so when you understand the root cause of the problem, you must take effective approach to resolve the problem. Long-term solutions, lasting peace, lasting solution is what conflict resolution theory is all about. Then the last one we are going to consider under the theory is what we call restorative justice theory. All right, it involves victim and offenders. So you encourage dialogue and understanding between the affected parties. Yes, the victim, the offender come together to discuss. It's not necessary that there must be penalty. All right, sometimes someone steal a goat, you retrieve the goat to the owner, but you still bring them together. Maybe you still ask the offender to apologize to the victim. Do you understand? That's what it is. But you have restored the goat, but you still ask them to discuss and settle, so that there will be no acrimony, so that there will be no hiding, acrimony or some kind of malice between them. Do you understand this? Then community engagement. Community engagement is also another element of restorative word theory. So that's why it is. So on a quick note, ADR as a complement of the legal system. ADR as a complement of what? Of the legal system. Alternative dispute resolution serve as a valuable complement to the traditional legal system, and it is better that we utilize it. It's complementary. Instead of every matter being taken to court, you can use ADR and solve the problem. That's why it's complementary in nature. Do you understand? And it's highly accessible. It's highly accessible. Lower barriers, wider reach. Do you understand? It is cost effective to reduce cost, resource allocations, and all of that. Is easy to afford. Speed and efficiency is fast. It's timeless consuming. Do you understand? And the outcomes are also timely. Do you understand? It's also flexible. It tailors solutions based on what you want. It brings variety of options for you to use to resolve a problem. Preservation of relationship is another benefit of this. Confidentiality, empowerment of parties, reducing court burdens are some of the things that we consider in ADR as complementary to the legal system. All right. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the training. Like I say, I'm going to give you the manual, but after the first week of the training, so that you can have it and then be going through the manual at your own pace. Do you enjoy the training? If you enjoy the training, thank you for joining. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We are not going to have our training tomorrow. We have our training on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but we'll not have it tomorrow. All right. So as for Sunday, that will be determined. If we can have the training on Sunday, I'll let you know. But that will be in the evening, if at all we are going to have. I will communicate with you in our WhatsApp group or on Saturday evening training. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful night rest. See you on Thursday. Okay, question. How effective is ADR in settling capital offenses? Like what kind of capital offenses? When you talk about capital offenses, like which can you give us an example of capital offenses that you're talking about? So I'm waiting for the person that asked the question. Okay, like murder, for example. Yes, you can still use ADR in murder cases because, but some of them may be when they you can still use ADR in murder cases, depending on the understanding of the parties involved. Do you understand? Because one thing in when it comes to murder issues, that someone that died cannot be resurrected. Whether you imprison somebody for 10 years, the person cannot come back to life. Do you understand? And so sometimes you just have to forget it. And it happened in my family. It happens in my family. It happened in my family where the mother killed the baby, and then the police arrested the mother, and then but the family felt that it was needless, because one, the child will not come back to life, so they should let the girl go free. Let's just free her, let her be, right? And that matter was solved. So it depends on the party involved, but sometimes some of those cases may be considered criminal cases, and they may the legal system may be best applied. Do you understand? Some of the I talk about yesterday, I made mention of the areas where ADR can be applied. We talk easily that, and it will work effectively. So it's not just in every situation. Yesterday we said that ADR can basically work effectively in areas of in areas where it's a commercial dispute, it is a family dispute. Do you understand? It's a communal dispute. Do you understand? So these are some of the areas we mentioned. So it's not in every area that ADR will be applied. All right. All right. Somebody's asking that this voluntary in ADR, what happens if the party, what happens if one of the party involved refuses or disagree? What can we do? And so if the party involved, one party refused to cooperate for ADR to take place, then you go to court. It's as simple as that. It's only when parties are willing to resolve their problem out of the court that you can deploy ADR. But if a party refuses and resists any attempts for outside the court resolution, what do? You go to court and seek redress. As simple as that. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. See you on Thursday. Bye-bye.